Cruz Beckham, the youngest son of David and Victoria Beckham, is on the latest spring issue of ID magazine. Well, Cruz, who recently turned 17, is wearing nothing but boxers on the latest cover. Many are deeming it inappropriate. One user even replied, "Are we all gonna pretend that Cruz Beckham posing in his underwear on a magazine as a 17-year-old is totally normal?" While some users are feeling this should be a celebratory moment, others are feeling like he's being over-sexualized. Ladies, what are your thoughts? And if this were a 17-year-old girl, would this be acceptable?
This is crazy. Where
is the sexualization?
I know.
Something wrong with you looking at this cover and sexualizing it. How about that? I feel like I see boys just like this at the beach every single day. Actually, when we watch the Olympics, they are in much tinier bathing suits than... I think we over-sexualize things. It would be completely different if he was making faces that looked sexual or something like that. The guy is rubbing his eye.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with it. I mean,
no problem with this.
I don't have a problem with it. He's in his boxers. He could be in his boxers or swimsuit,
swim trunks.
like you said.
It looks like swim
and
trunks.
also, models, when they're modeling, when you're starting out, you're that young. Yeah. You're that young. That's how young they want you. I don't have a problem with it. If he was completely naked but just covering his private, I'd have a problem with that. But to me, this is not nothing.
Okay, I'm gonna say a couple of things. One, that particular pose in the boxers with the pants down was a copy of his dad that his dad did 22 years
Even better.
But there are a few pictures where he's holding his crotch, and also the concern was that he just turned 17, so he was taking these pictures at 16. So that's why people were kind of,
Well, that particular shot, I do not have a problem with. This specific shot, where it is saying he's in boxers, I literally
Now, if you saw a 17-year-old girl in a bra and panties like that, how would you feel?
I come from the modeling world, although I can't believe I'm admitting it, Bonnie. There's nothing wrong with that. I mean, as long as it's not sexual, like a pose that's really risque and raunchy, I don't think there's anything wrong with it. That's how young, models start. I left home at 17 and moved to New York.
I think culturally sometimes we over-sexualize things.
Yes.
We think that everything means sex. If you see someone's body, it's, oh, she's being sexy.
Yeah.
If nudity is an issue, it's, oh my God, cover it.
Right.
Sometimes
and then you can go to Europe and everybody's topless on the beach.
And nobody, and again, it's not viewed in that same way.
I just wish it was 18 instead of 17.
Really?
I do wish that it was.
Really?
It was, yeah, it's just something about, I'm just saying, in our country, it's like sexualization occurs a lot with young people, and it makes an influence on our young people. And it's just something about the age of 16 and 17, which your body changes and things like that. So if we're gonna set age limits, I believe that 18 would be appropriate, but it's just something about him being like taking it at 16 and 17 is just not, and I think that was just a concern of people. Well, you guys, like you being a model, does not being fun, but that's, it's what you do, and you don't see it that way.
Yeah,
but the average people kind of deem it different because they don't see it as art. And it's like, that's what we're dealing with in this country, is that we're dealing with the fact that people are looking at it differently from different aspects, so they don't see it as art. They don't
but if
see
you
him
make
as
it
a performer.
taboo, if you make it taboo, it becomes taboo. As opposed to normalizing it, it's like it's a human body. He's just in shorts. He could have been at the swimsuit. Right.
Yeah.
I'm so curious if people would have felt differently if he had a different kind of body.
Oh.
Well, he wouldn't have been on the
oh my gosh.
He wouldn't have been on.
You know what I'm saying, though?
Tell the truth.
He would not have been on.
Is it that because people find his washboard abs sexy, that then this feels sexy?
And I think if it was a 17-year-old girl, I do think we would feel differently if we saw her, in a bra and panties and stuff. I think we let young men get away.
Jordan.
Bra and panties, I'd have an issue with that.
Remember Brooke Shields would do There Nothing Comes Between Me and My Calvins? I mean, those were beautiful. Those were art, but some people saw it as sexual, too.
Yeah. Well, this is the thing. Children and teens becoming sexualized. Researchers and psychologists say it hits girls particularly hard, shaping their view of themselves and their potential, as well as how others view them. So that's why I'm saying, like, when you set certain age limits, we just have to be careful in this country, because it's like everybody, we have a lot of people that just can't deal with that and their age.
But do we conform to them, or do they conform to us?
Well, I think, like I said, I think
Compromise,
it's different.
maybe?
Yeah, it's different when you're an artist and you're,
Yeah.
and that's what you do.
Yeah.
Whereas this is being marketed to just regular, everyday people, and they see it in a different manner.
Sure.
And it could be a little dangerous for them. So I would like for it to have been him celebrating his 18th birthday instead of his 17th.
Gotcha,
Got
gotcha.
it.
Well, it's great having conversations with you guys, even if we respectfully disagree.
I know.